here. Okay? So, let's take a look at these cards here real quick. Okay? H, I, J, and K. Where should I put card H? Yeah.
With claim 1.
Yeah, this one should go underneath claim number 1.
No.
So far, scientists have not found any evidence of living things currently alive on Mars. This claim is actually talking about funguses in an indirect way, but it's refuting or going against claim number 2. So this actually should go underneath claim number 1. It's evidence against claim number 2. What about I? Does that go underneath claim 1 or 2? I should definitely go underneath claim 1, talking about the chemical composition of living things. Again, that goes against claim number 2. What about J? Yeah.
Claim 1.
Claim 1 as well. Okay, and finally K. This one's a little bit difficult, yeah.
This one belongs with both of them.
It can kind of belong with both of them, but if you pair evidence card K with evidence card J, it would go underneath 1 because it's telling us that the rock was made of the same substances as the rocks around it. Sorry, the object was made of the same substances as it around it. So taking a look at your evidence now, which claim is best supported by the evidence? Carlos?
Claim 1.
Claim 1. And we can probably assume that that object is not a fungus, but rather is a rock that was moved somehow, whether it was by wind or by the rover, we're not sure yet.
I have a good opinion on it.
Yes, what do you got?
That Mars has no hydrosphere, and fungi and fungus need moisture in order to grow. So.
Okay, so now we're taking what we know about living things, right, and applying it to it. That's part of the reasoning piece. That would be a good reasoning piece that we would include with our claim in the end. Well done, Carlos. Okay, so in this activity, what you just did is you practiced using information as evidence to support a claim. You also worked a little bit to make your reasoning process clear to others as you discussed these different things. You gave reasons why you placed the evidence card underneath a certain claim or another. Hopefully, you came to the same conclusion that we just came to. Claim 1 is better supported by the evidence presented. It's also the claim that most scientists tend to agree with. Okay? Remember, we've been investigating this question. So now we want to take what we've kind of learned and apply it to our next piece here. How does our understanding of Earth help us learn more about other rocky planets? Okay? Your job in this unit is to figure out which geologic process formed this channel on Mars, right up here on the screen. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this channel a lot. We were introduced to it on Friday. You've been engaging in scientific argumentation and asking a scientific question about Mars. Our job is to try and gather as much evidence as we can to help with this. Okay? Last Friday, we looked at evidence from aerial images of both flowing lava and flowing water on Earth. Okay? Both flowing water and flowing lava change the shape of the land. Now, there are 2 possible claims about the channel on Mars. Claim 1 thinks that the Mars was formed by flowing water. Claim 2 thinks that the channel was formed by flowing lava. Based off the evidence that we have so far, we have evidence that supports both of these claims. Okay? So you may be thinking it's either claim 1 or claim 2 based off the evidence, or you might be unsure, and that's okay if you're not sure because we don't have all of the evidence quite yet. Okay? So we need actually more evidence to decide which claim is stronger. Based on the aerial images of Earth, we've seen there is support for both claims. Okay? We also know that there is frozen water at both poles of Mars. We also know that there's volcanoes scattered throughout Mars. You should have seen some volcanoes on Friday when we explored Mars's surface. Okay? Your homework piece is going to ask you to kind of get down your first thoughts on this. Okay? For this activity, you're going to look at images of landforms on Earth and compare them to the channel on Mars, and then answer some questions that kind of go along with this. Okay, so you're kind of starting to form your argument based off of the evidence that we have so far. Okay, the last 10 minutes of class here, we got a little bit more than 10 minutes left. Last 10 minutes are yours to work on your homework piece. If you finish it early, go back to lesson 1.2. Make sure you have all those different pieces turned in. If you need to complete it, go ahead and work on completing anything that needs to get done. Same thing with lesson 1.1. I put lesson 1.1 in the grade book on Friday. I'm gonna put 1.2 into the grade book today. Okay, so if you notice you have a missing assignment report, those missing things, I'm looking for those activities to get turned in. Rest of the time is yours. If you have questions, feel free to go ahead, raise your hand, and ask your questions as needed. We've got the
Friday,
10 minutes of class to work on.
the
Anything you need to work on.
function.
You can free read.
He said we
Get
could
math
have one.
homework. Reading, language arts, self-studies. You got a little bit of free time.
Where are the rubber bands?
Leo has them.
Did you guys mix both of them?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, can't remember. Can't believe that.
Make a video.
You were running and you had to do this.